Hey, what's up YouTube? This is LokeXStratus here, and I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, but in light of recent events, me getting back into Magic the Gathering and all, I figured it was high time for me to show what deck I've been playing. This is a take on an Omniscience deck. It's been successful at every tournament event I've gone to, including taking first place at the last Friday Night Magic I participated in, and I hope to take it to another victory in the coming week. Well, without further ado, here is my deck. We have 4 Farseek. This just stabilizes the deck really well since it plays 5 colors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Verdant Haven. It does some more color fixing, also giving me 2 life. The 2 life gain has ended up being extremely relevant in every match I've played. This is one of the cards that gets me there in Game 1 against Blitz decks and any sort of fast aggro deck. Post sideboard, which you'll see after I show you the main deck, I am nearly untouchable versus any sort of aggro deck. We have 2 Detention Sphere. It falls really nice at the 3-drop spot. It's a new addition. It's been testing really well. The deck just needed a little bit of spot removal, and this 2 Detention Sphere gave it exactly what it needed. Of course, we're running 1, 2, 3, 4 Supreme Verdict, because we just don't like the opponent to have anything. Next up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Thragtusk. He's another one of the cards that just gets us into the mid to late game where we like to be, where our win conditions are pretty inevitable. We're playing 1, 2, 3 copies of Urban Evolution. We were playing 4, but it ended up being too many of them in hand at any given time, so one of the 4 came out for one of the Detention Spheres, and it's been balancing out a bit better now. We're running 1 copy of Garruk Primal Hunter. He's basically a card you can win a game on the back of. He draws cards, he makes dudes, and if he ever ultimates, your opponent better just GG. We are playing 1 copy of Vraska the Unseen. Now, I've been getting some funny looks for playing her, but my philosophy is, at the very worst, she is Maelstrom Pulse for 5. She's a card that has actually found a really nice home in this deck. All of the abilities end up being extremely relevant. If she doesn't survive, she at least killed one thing. If she does, she lives to kill another thing. I have yet to ultimate her in any match, but I've come close. She's been a very good addition to the deck. Next up, we are running 2 copies of Increasing Ambition to search out our win conditions. We're playing 1 copy of Borgamos Enraged. He is one of our win conditions, as you'll soon see. We're playing a copy of Nicol Bolas. He's a very good support card, and he can end up being a win condition. 1 copy of Omniscience. 1 copy of Enter the Infinite. 4 Sphinx of Revelations to draw cards and gain life, of course. And 2 copies of Fog. This card has saved me so many times that it absolutely deserves having 2 spots in this deck. And before I go through the land, I'm just going to say, I don't know if you caught it, but the main combo of the deck, it can win in several other ways, but the combo is Slam Omniscience, Slam Enter the Infinite, draw my whole deck, play Borgamos Enraged, and then discard all my lands until they die. It's been pretty solid. Also, Borgamos Enraged has been a good supporter when played by himself. With the ability to turn all my lands into lightning bolts, he's been able to clear out a cluttered field. So for the land base, we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4 Temple Garden, 1, 2, 3 Hallowed Fountain, 2 Overgrown Tomb, 1 Steam Vents, 1 Stomping Ground, and 1 Godless Shrine. Those are all the shocks. The other lands being 4 Hinterland Harbor, 4 Sunpetal Grove, 1, 2 Glacial Fortress, 1 Forest, 1 Alchemist Refuge. This card has been great in a bunch of scenarios. One that of notable is in the previous week I faced down a couple decks that were running Obsidian. Using Alchemist Refuge to flash in Supreme Verdict during their turn has been invaluable. And we're running 1 copy of Keswick Run for another kill condition. It's any of the creatures in the deck instantly become a threat when you have Keswick on the field. So that's the main deck. The main board is not terribly placed against aggro, but it is definitely the weakest matchup. Against control and mid-range, it's done nothing but wonders. But the sideboard is, as you can see, the first card is Worldfire for the lulz. I've boarded this card in a few matches, and every time I have, I've won the match just because it's usually against people who aren't playing things that leave something behind. So I slam a Thragtusk, play Worldfire, win the game. I'm playing 2 copies of Slaughter Games. It's this is an iffy card in this deck. I mean, in the times I've sided in, I have been able to take out a key card. It's mostly in there to eliminate Sphinx's Revelations from opposing decks, but it will probably be the first card to go if I see any problems. Now, next up we're running 3 Terminus. This is good in several of the aggro matchups, especially the ones like zombies that have a bunch of undying creatures. This card has been doing a bunch of work. Also, there's a cute little combo in there where if I have it boarded in and I still have Enter the Infinite in my deck, if I'm not able to score a kill for some reason, I can Terminus 4 Thragtusks back into my deck and continue playing with Keswick Run. We're running 3 copies of Blind Obedience. This wrecks any sort of fast aggro deck. The Extort has been extremely relevant. Running 3 Loxodon Smiter, because if you throw these in the way of most fast aggro decks, they don't have a lot of ways to interact with it in the first few turns of the game, especially if you land at turn 2, they have no way to interact with it. And then we're running 3 copy of Rock's Faith Mender. This card has made the matches absolutely hilarious, because in almost every post-board game against aggro decks, because of Rock's Faith Mender, I have been nearing 100 life. Well, that's the deck. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. It's good to be back. Hopefully I'll be posting some more videos soon. This is LokeXStratus out.